Maybe right now, you're suffering. Maybe you feel broken, carrying wounds no one else can see. You think your scars make you weak. But what if your scars are the very reason you're strong? The morning sun was gentle, painting the dusty road in gold. A humble water bearer began his daily walk, balancing a wooden pole across his shoulders. On each end of the pole hung a clay pot. One pot was flawless, perfectly shaped, proud in its completeness. The other carried a long, deep crack down its side. Every morning, the bearer walked to the river, filled both pots, and returned to his master's house. The flawless pot arrived full, every single drop preserved. The cracked pot, however, leaked along the way. By the time they reached home, half the water was gone. Day after day, year after year, this routine continued. The flawless pot lived with pride, certain of its worth. The cracked pot, in contrast, felt the weight of its failure. It watched water spill out with every step, leaving a small trail in the dust. Each drop that fell whispered shame into its heart. One morning, as the water bearer filled the pots by the river, the cracked pot could no longer hold back its sorrow. It trembled in the bearer's hands and finally spoke. "I am so ashamed," it whispered. The bearer paused, surprised. "Ashamed? Why?" "Because I am broken," said the pot. "Every day I waste your time. Every day I fail in my duty. Look at my brother, he is perfect, always delivering what you ask. But me? I arrive half empty. I am cracked, useless, a burden to you." The bearer stood in silence, gazing at the pot with kind eyes. But he said nothing. He simply lifted the pots back onto his shoulders and began the long walk home. As they traveled, the cracked pot looked at the flawless one, carrying itself with pride and dignity. The cracked pot's heart sank deeper. It saw the water spilling again, drop by drop, forming a trail in the dirt. The shame became unbearable. By the time they reached the house, the cracked pot finally wept. "I am sorry," it cried. "I will never be whole. I will never be enough." The next morning, the water bearer filled the pots again. The flawless pot stood proud, unbothered. The cracked pot, however, braced itself, carrying its shame like a weight heavier than the water itself. Halfway down the road, the water bearer broke the silence. "Look to your side of the path," he said gently. Confused, the cracked pot glanced downward. For the first time, it noticed something strange. Along the side of the road where it leaked, flowers bloomed. Bright, colorful, alive. Reds, yellows, purples, stretching their petals toward the sun. "Do you see?" the bearer asked. The pot trembled. I don't understand." The bearer smiled warmly. "I always knew about your crack. That's why I planted seeds on your side of the path. Every day, as we walked, you watered them. And now, because of you, this road blooms with beauty. Without your flaw, this path would be barren. Without your crack, there would be no flowers." The pot was silent. The shame it had carried for years began to dissolve, replaced by wonder, by pride, by hope. For the first time, it saw its imperfection not as weakness, but as purpose. And so, the cracked pot discovered the secret: sometimes, what we think makes us broken, is what makes us valuable. My friend, remember this. Your scars are proof of survival. Your struggles water someone else's hope. Your cracks let the light in. The world does not need your perfection, it needs your authenticity, your resilience, your story. So the next time you feel broken, remember the cracked pot. And whisper to yourself, "My scars are not my weakness. My scars are my strength." If this story touched your heart, imagine the power of the stories yet to come. Subscribe to Lumora Wordly Tales, and never miss a story that could change your life.